Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Cheryl. Thank you very much for joining me. If you're new here, hello, welcome. And if you're returning viewer, welcome back. Hi. Okay, so true transparency here. I've already done this whole video, but I use Clipchamp, which is a website that puts clips of videos together and you can put in music and everything. It's great. It's an editing software, but it doesn't work perfectly. And I do pay for it, but I can't afford a better editing software. Plus, um, I use a Chromebook, so there aren't many available. So, anyways, the point is, I recorded this whole video, but it won't upload because it only uploads clips at a time. So, I can do these in 10-minute clips and just put them together because I did like a 25-minute clip and it would not upload onto the website. So, we're going to do it again, but this is the library haul. Hello. I hope you enjoy this. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe if you do enjoy it. And let's get started. Grab a cup of coffee, cup of tea, a knitting crochet project, and let's get started. Okay, so a bit of disclaimers here. I am not going to read all these books right now. I like options. I am very much an ADHDer. I go from one book to another. I'm in the middle of, as you will see, I'm in the middle of so many books. It's just the way I do it. So I take out like 40 or 50 books at a time. I only read maybe 10 or 15 of them in a month, usually 10, and then I renew them. So some of these books you may have seen in previous vlogs or previous hauls, and it could be from my last hauls. Well, I don't remember what I hauled in my last library haul, but these are books that I'm just showing you to give you recommendations of books that might sound good to you. So let's start. I gotta reach over here. First of all, we have All In by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is book 3 of the Natural series. This is a great book. It is. I'm just gonna give short synopsis for each book because I really don't feel like recording this again. But this book is. Oh, you can see my pillow. It's all dirty. Ugh. I need to get a new pillow. Is what I'm saying. Anyways. This is the third book in the Natural series. It is basically pitched as Criminal Minds, but teenagers. It's really good. I'm really enjoying it. There's a bit of a romance in it as well. And there's an overarching theme, that a mystery that goes on through all the books. So I got this one. I also got book 4, the Bad Blood, which is book 4, and I'm really enjoying those. I am on page, like I said, I'm in the middle of so many books, page 81 of that book. Okay, let's put these over here. Next, we have The Last to Let Go by Amber Smith. Amber Smith wrote a book I read a few years ago, probably about 5 years ago. It was called The Way I Used to Be, and just this year she came out with a sequel to that book called The Way I Am Now, and I have it on hold at my library. It's in transit. I'm very excited. I'll probably get it on Wednesday. My library brings books in from other libraries on Wednesdays and Fridays, and I'm excited to get that. Just a little bit of a promotion here. Go to your local library. It is the best place, and give love to your librarians. They work so hard, and I love my local librarian. I love my librarians. They're so being in a library is just magical. I just have to say, it's just magical. I love going to my library, and it's free in most places. So you can get books out, and I can get up to 100 books out if I want at a time. Have I ever done that? No. I think the most I've taken out was 60. I try to keep it around 50, but anyways, back to the book. The Last to Let Go is not part of the Way I Used to Be series, but it is a standalone about a girl who comes home from high school and finds out that her mom is being arrested for murdering her dad, the girl's dad. And it is very emotional, very hard hitting. Amber Smith writes very emotional, hard hitting books. The Way It Used to Be was very good, but very hard to read. It was about a girl, a 14-year-old girl who gets raped by her um, brother's best friend. And that book was so hard to read. This is another book that's very hard to read. So check the trigger warnings if you're going to get into Amber Smith's books. They are very well written. I feel like the trauma in the books aren't there for no reason. Like, it's not there's a reason why those are in the books. It's the main part of the book. But it's written so well that you just get engrossed in it. So I'm reading this one. Next, we have An Unwanted Guest by Sherry Lapina. This is a mystery about, I've had this book on my TBR for so many years. It is a mystery that takes place in a old hotel type thing, and it's multiple points of views. There's a bunch of people who are stuck in this hotel with no power, and there's a snowstorm and they can't get out, and people start dying. I have read half this book before. I never finished it. This is the large print edition, by the way. And I am now on page 48, really enjoying it. I don't know why I've never finished this book. I just haven't. I do enjoy it. It's really good. I love Sherry Lapina's books. Her newest book I have on audio right now. What's it called? Can't remember what it's called, but I got that one on audio. Next, we have Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger. There is a read-along of the series going on Meg Reads, which I will leave. Meg's Reads, I believe, is the channel. I will leave a link to her channel in the description below. She is doing I believe, 10-month read-along of this series. I believe there are 10 books in the series. I think there are 9 out and 1 coming out this year, the 10th. But this is a reread for me. I have read the first book before. I didn't move on. I did read a bit of the second book, but I never finished it. Story of my life. So I want to reread this one this month. I am on page 49. This is a book about Sophie, who finds out she's an elf and is taken to this world where she finds out she has magical powers and is not like other girls. Fun book, middle grade. Next, we have Amber and the Ice Dragons by Heather Fawcett. Heather Fawcett wrote Emily Wild's Encyclopedia of Fairies. She also has a bunch of middle grade books. So this one is called Amber and the Ice Dragons. It's about an 18-year-old boy who finds a baby dragon in a world where dragons are thought to be extinct, and he magically turns this into a human baby, and then we follow the child 11 or 12 years later, and I don't know what else. I'm assuming she has to fight that guy. I don't know, but I'm really enjoying that book. I started it. Yes, I did. I've started so many of these books. Hang on, it'll just be like a split second for you. Hang on. Hi, I'm back. So that took a long time to do again because my clip jack doesn't want to work. Okay, we'll continue. So, let's see. Next, we have The Enchanted Hacienda by J.C. Cervantes. I'm going to say Cervantes because I'm Canadian, and whenever I see an ES, I always say A. So, The Enchanted Hacienda, I've started this book. It's not my favorite, but I'm liking it. I'm only on, hang on, I gotta move my camera. I'm so sorry. I'm on page 64. I'm going to give it to page 100 before I decide if I want to DNF it. I'm so sorry for moving the camera. So, this book is about a woman who breaks up with her boyfriend in the beginning, and it's about a Latina woman, and her boyfriend makes a racist remark, and she leaves him. Good for her. And she leaves and goes back to her home city, her hometown, where her family has special powers with gardens and with spices and things like that. It's magical. I don't know if I like it, but I'm reading it. Then we have Five Survived by Holly Jackson. This book has been on my library haul before. I still haven't finished it. I did start it before, have not finished it. I don't like the writing as well as I did in her other series, which was A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. This one has very choppy sentences, in my opinion. Like 1 to 3 word sentences, which I don't like. I like them once in a while, but I don't like them all the time. And I found the beginning of this book was very much full of those, and I just don't enjoy that as much. But I am willing to read more of it and try and finish this book. This is a YA thriller about 6 young people who go on an RV trip, and they get stuck. Their tire blows out, and they find out there's a sniper wanting to kill them, and only 5 survive. And I'm scared to get attached to the characters, and only 5 of them will survive. So, I've heard good things about that book. Then I want to read some classics, so I got Charles Dickens' Great Expectations. If you watch my MBR, my Might Be Read book series, or my Might Be Read, I'm so sorry. I have been recording this forever. My throat's all croaky. I apologize. I pulled out of my MBR prompt jar a Charles Dickens, and I want to read this. Don't know if I'll get it done this month, but I do want to read this. This is Great Expectations. I don't know what it's about. I think it's a coming of age story. That's all I know. It's Charles Dickens. I actually love Charles Dickens. I've read most of David Copperfield. I listened to an audio. Haven't finished it, but I did enjoy that. And I like A Christmas Carol too. The Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi by Shannon Chakraborty. This is a humongous book. Now, this is a large print edition, so that's why it's a little bit big, but still, it's big. And it is a fantasy book about pirates. That's all I know. And I want to get more into fantasy, so we got that one. Booked for Murder by J.C. Eaton. Look at that doggy, isn't he so cute? I don't know why I said it that way, but he's really cute. So this book is about a woman who gets invited by her mother to a retirement. Is it her mother or her grandmother? She's a middle-aged mom. Yeah, her retired mother lives in a retirement home, and she goes there, and a bunch of people in the retirement home solve murder, and it just sounds so good. So I want to read that. Then we have 7-Year Witch by Angela M. Sanders. I have read book 1 and book 3 of this series. I read them out of order. Cozies, I tend to read out of order. I just pick whatever is available at my library. And this book is book 2 of the Witch Way Librarian series, about a woman who finds out she's a witch, and it's lovely and beautiful, and I just love the series. It's a cozy mystery. Murders happen. Really enjoying it. I am on page 108. Like I said, I read so many different books at the same time. Also, I forgot to mention this video. I do have about 10 or 13, 12 or 13, something like that, Murder, She Wrote books out by Donald Bain from the library. And I'm doing a whole video where I read Murder, She Wrote books and review them. So I am not going to talk about those in this video. Just know I have a bunch out from the library that I'm reading, and you can look forward to that vlog in a few months probably. Okay. Next, we have Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. This is book 2 of the Grishaverse Shadow and Bone trilogy. Really enjoying it. I know book 2 isn't everyone's favorite, but I'm really enjoying it. I am on page 174. This is where Nikolai gets introduced, and I'm liking him. I think it's great. Really enjoying it. If you don't know about Shadow and Bone, it is a fantasy series, a trilogy. I know a lot of people like the Six of Crows series better, the duology there, but I'm really enjoying it. I don't know how to describe the synopsis of this series because I don't know how to give fantasy synopsis. I don't know what's important to say and what's not. So, I mean, Google it if you have to. I don't know. I don't know what else to say, but I'm really liking it. I also have book 3 right here. I'm moving my camera. I'm so sorry. Book 3, which is Rune and Rising. So this is also by Leigh Bardugo. And yes, it is a Netflix show. If you haven't seen it, I haven't seen the Netflix show yet. I don't subscribe to Netflix. It's too expensive. Then we have another cozy. This is Bake the Honey and Run. This book is about, a mystery author who solves murders, which just reminds me of Jessica Fletcher. So I want to read this. This was recommended on Amy Marie's channel. So I want to read that. Then we have I Heard a Fly Buzz When I Died by Amanda Flower, another cozy mystery. This is the Emily Dickinson Mysteries Book 2. It follows the maid and friend of Emily Dickinson when Emily was in her I think she was in her 20s in this book. It's fiction, but I'm really enjoying this, and they solve murders together. And this is the second book. I'm on chapter 6, page 52. Hang on, I'm going to do another clip. Okay, again, that took way longer than it should. I'm so frustrated with this. So, I just finished talking about that book, I think. Yeah. Next, I've said before on this channel that I will never read another Sarah J. Maas book because I read A Court of Thorns and Roses a few years ago, did not enjoy it, and I just don't want to read Sarah J. Maas. And I've seen all the spoilers, videos. I know what happens in all the books. I'm reading The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. Listen, I got on the hype train, okay? It took me a long time, but I got on it. And I'm really enjoying this. This is the prequel short story version. It's got like 5 short stories in it. Is the prequel to the Throne of Glass series, and I'm loving it. Which is just weird because I never thought I'd ever like Sarah J. Maas, but now I want to read all her work. So never say never, because eventually you may read the book. So I am starting on the Sarah J. Maas train, and I'm on page 120, 119 on Assassin's Blade. I've read 2 of the short stories so far, I think, or maybe 3, I'm not sure. I'm loving it. The writing, is it great? No, it's not great writing, but it's addicting, and it's very good. And the cliffhangers on the end of each chapter is just so good. You want to keep reading. I'm loving it. I get it. I finally get it. So I'm reading that. Then a book that I started reading in December and never finished, and I have to get it done this month because it's due early next month, I think. The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox. I don't know why I haven't finished it. I'm loving it. It is a sweet romance, clean romance, whatever you want to call it. It is about 2 twins. They are adults, and Charlie um, is a co-host of a baking competition show, and she gets clobbered in the head by accident, and she gets a concussion and loses her sense of taste, and she is doing a special Christmas show with her other co-host, who is a jerk, and just saying, and she loses her sense of smell. Nope, sense of taste. Is it taste or smell? I think it's taste she loses. And she switches places with her twin sister who lives in their hometown, a small town hometown, and she runs the family bakery. And they switch places so that Charlie won't lose her job and will get the promotion that she wants. And they both find love, and it's so sweet. I'm loving it. I don't know why I haven't finished it. I want to finish it. Then we have what's it called? Back on Blossom Street. I believe this is book 2. Is it book 2 in the Blossom Street series? I'm not sure. Ooh, it's got a knitting pattern in here. Have fun. This was published in 2007. No, it's book 4. I read book 1, book 3, and I think that's it of this series. It is by Debbie Makeover. She writes sweet romance with a bit of women's fiction kind of vibe in it. And this one has knitting in it, and I really want to read it. What's what I'm looking for? Previously got this in December for Debbie December, the readathon for Debbie Makeover books, done by who was it that did that readathon? Was it Storm Reads? I believe it was Storm Reads. I'll leave her channel link below. She's great, and I just never read it, and I want to read it. It has to do with knitting. I mean, hello, why not? I'm not sure if I've read this. I may have read this years ago before I started using Goodreads. I'm not sure. We have another Heather Fawcett middle grade, Language of Ghosts. This is about an ex-princess who moves. I don't know exactly, but it just sounds good. It's ghosty. It's Heather Fawcett. I love her middle grades. I read another middle grade of hers. I mean, I know that there's one in this vlog, this haul already, but I think I read another one by her. Oh, Grace of Wild Things, is that what it was called? It was an Anna Green Gables retelling, magical retelling. Anna Green Gables, but make it witchy. I really enjoyed that. I think it was The Grace of Wild Things. I think that's what it was called. It doesn't, it wouldn't say in this one. This is an old edition. But anyways, I am looking forward to reading that. And then we have The Cat Who Saved Books. This is a, oh, I'm so sorry. A translated book by Suzuki Natsukawa. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm so sorry. I'm not good at foreign languages. I mean, I'm Canadian and I don't even speak French. I can speak a bit of French, but get me to converse with someone in French? No. And I can read French, but that's it. But this is a translated from, is it Korea? Japan, from Japanese. And I really want to read this book. I started it. It is about a man who inherits a bookstore, and this cat comes and talks to him. And apparently, they save books. I mean, what better way? A cat and books. Then we have Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, another classic. This is for a video I'm doing about favorites, YouTuber favorites, and this is a favorite of one of the YouTubers, so I want to read that. Then we have A Noble Masquerade by Christie Ann Hunter. This is a Christian fiction historical, just sounds good. It's got letter writing in it. I don't know if there's actual letters in the book, but it's about a woman who writes all her feelings on some letters that aren't supposed to be mailed, and they are mailed. So kind of like think To All the Boys I Loved Before, that kind of thing, but adult and historical. So that's cool. Oh, I gotta move my camera. 3 more books. Can we do it? Okay. We have another cozy. This is Gone for Gouda, which is book 2 in the, is it Cheese Shop? Yeah, Cheese Shop Mysteries by Karina Moss. I'm really looking forward to reading this book. And Karina Moss, I saw this series recommended on Beach Bum Bookworm's channel. And Karina Moss, I commented that I wanted to read it, and the author herself replied to my comments. I'm very excited. I love it when authors do that. So I want to read this. I mean, murder mystery in cheese. I mean, add a cat and I'm sold. I don't know if there is a cat in that one, but I'm assuming there is. Then we have another classic by Daphne du Maurier, Jamaica Inn. I just heard this was really good, so I want to read it. Again, I want to get into classics. I just do. So this is supposed to be a spooky murder mystery. Lastly, I believe this is the last. We have Spice Road by Maya Ibrahim or Ibrahim. I don't know how to pronounce that. That's how you spell it. This is a fantasy about tea, and there's a whole storyline. So I don't know exactly what it's about, but I read the first 3 chapters, really enjoyed it. I believe it's YA, but I'm really liking it. Those are all the books. I hope you enjoyed this. Please give me a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to click on the bell icon as well to get notified of whenever I put up a video. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you had a relaxing time looking at all these books. Again, I know I'm not going to read them all right now, but I eventually want to read them all. Have a great day. God bless you and all you do, and I'll see you next time. Bye.